Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we got a movie review for you. Today we're going to be talking about M3GAN in our first review of 2023. This is the new horror film. Every January we get a horror film. A lot of the time it's god awful, but last year things kind of changed when we got the new Scream movie. I know some people didn't like it, but I personally loved it. I thought that was kind of a nice change of pace to the usual garbage fest horror movie we get in January. Now it came to M3GAN. I was a little concerned we were kind of going back to Garbage Fest because the trailers, I was like, there's a couple cool things. Like, of course, the viral dancing scene, that looked fun and cool. But the rest of it, I was like, I don't know. Honestly, my favorite piece of like marketing for this movie was like every time the M3GAN Twitter account would like tweet out something, the Chucky Twitter account would like retweet it and be like, "Nah, bitch, I'm the killer doll. Like I could smoke you." And after seeing the movie, I love you, Chucky. You're still my favorite killer doll. But I think M3GAN might have you if we ever get a M3GAN versus Chucky. I think M3GAN might whoop your ass a little bit. And I'm proud to say this is not a garbage fest movie. This is a good horror movie in January. Definitely worth seeing. The M3GAN doll, of course, creepiest part of the movie. Like just like how she looks almost realistic, but then like the eyes are off and it's just like unsettling. One negative thing though is that's about where the creepiness ends for me. The kills worked. Like there's one kill in a shed that was pretty creative. I don't think I've seen a kill quite like that before. But some of the other ones were just kind of, your basic kills. There's nothing really sticking out. I don't think the film was very scary. Like the trailer made it seem a little more scary than the movie itself is. It's honestly more funny at times than it is scary. And even then, some of the jokes land hard. Like the opening of the film, I was cracking up because I don't want to say what happens, but as a person that grew up watching children's shows in the early to mid 2000s, seeing like the kids' cartoon toy commercials, it's definitely effective and it definitely made me laugh. But like some of the other jokes don't quite land, but a lot of them do. And I was not really expecting this film to be funny, even with the dance in the trailer. I thought that was just kind of like a cool thing, but it is funny. It's a funny movie with some scares, but it's not really scary. Like apparently there's an R-rated cut out there, but they made it PG-13. Cause let's face it, to get more box office. I would like to see that R-rated cut because like there's some things in this movie where M3GAN's like doing her thing, and I'm like, man, if this was rated R, I bet this kill could be so sick in a good way, not like a torture porn way. But I feel like the film is good. It just was held back a little bit by the PG-13 rating, but the cast is good. The two main people I really want to talk about is Violet McGraw, who is like the main girl in the movie who's best friends with M3GAN, and I've said it time and time again here on the channel, children actors don't always work super well inside of stuff. She does, and I already knew she was a great actress because if you remember, she's the little sibling on Haunting of Hill House. If you ever watched that show, if you haven't, what are you doing? Go check it out. So I already knew she was a very capable children's actor, and her aunt is played by Allison Williams, who her performance is fantastic. I've seen her in a few other things as well, and she's always great. One thing I will say though is I didn't find her character very likable, like at all. She was kind of a selfish, little narcissistic, kind of a bitch. Even like if you've seen the trailer, like the little girl played by Violet moves in with her aunt. The aunt does not care. Like this little girl's parents are gone and she like doesn't really care at all. She's just focused on her work, doesn't really care, like doesn't have stuff for the kid to do, doesn't have toys, is acting like an asshole about her collectibles. Like, look, I know I got collectibles. This isn't even all of them. I got some stuff on that wall you guys don't see. I get it, but like if one day, if my kid's like, hey, I want to play with, the Mac Funko Pop, who cares? I'd probably pop it open if it makes the kid happy. Who cares? Just let it do it. She's kind of a bitch, not that likable, and that's one flaw. So the flaws are that it's kind of held back in the scares department by the rating. Some of the jokes don't work, and a character you follow for a lot of the film is kind of a bad person. And honestly, at the end, when of course the big showdown happens, I wasn't sure if I wanted to root for her or not. I almost wanted M3GAN to maybe take her out. There was a part of me that wanted that to happen, but I did like the final showdown. I thought it was very cool, very a neat way to tie in the little girl, how the little girl can fight M3GAN. And I will say, I know we have like Annabelle, but that's not really like Chucky in any way, really, other than it being a doll. This very much feels like the first Child's Play movie in a modern setting. Like instead of a children's toy doll, it's like an AI toy doll. It's modern, but it's very similar. Like, I can definitely see this spawning a franchise, and I definitely check out at least another one, see what happens there, because I like this film. I thought it was good. Those three things didn't really work for me, but there was some cool stuff with the doll. The Violet was fantastic, and some of the humor definitely did work. At points, the film does know what it is, that it's a silly movie, but other times it's like trying to make too many jokes. It's like, back off. So I think M3GAN is a good film with a lot more good than bad. So I'm going to give M3GAN a 7 out of 10. I definitely think it's worth going to check out, and I think people are, because I know my screening last night was pretty damn full. So if you have seen M3GAN, let's talk about it down below. Or if you haven't, did my review convince you to see it or wait for streaming? Let me know down in the comments below that as well. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and share this video on social media platforms so we can keep reaching out and growing an audience here on the channel. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys right here next time.